Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any we got some volunteers. Any tarot reading is you. And we have a Two of Wands to go with the rest of these cards that have volunteered from our deck today. So let's put these. Interesting. We've got a Knight of Cups. We have a Princess of Pentacles. We have a Two of Wands here, which shows kind of it shows your decision making, your control, you've got this fire in you right now, this strength, this power that just says, I can do it, I'm in control, and I'm going to make it happen. Yeah. We're getting away from that Five of Swords. See, that's something we're moving out of. And the Five of Swords is kind of that energy that's defeated. It's that energy that says, I couldn't, I can't, it didn't happen. And it could be, there could be a relationship of some kind involved with this as well. Now we have, more court cards. Interesting that we have 3 court cards right up the middle. We've got a queen, a knight, and the princess right in the middle. It's kind of through the right combination of your will and determination, your practical sense, and your heart, your love, your compassion, your spirit, right? Your creativity. Between these two, I think it really is the connection between the water and the earth that gives you this fire to manifest, right? And getting away from whatever this is. I think that this is something that you've left. Yeah. It's a way of thinking, it's an attitude, it's a life, it's a person, it's a place, it's whatever, but you've left it behind because this was kind of defeating. This is maybe a self-defeating kind of attitude. Now we've got this attitude, we've got an attitude of gratitude for one thing, but we've also got this very practical attitude that says, if I take control, if I utilize my talents and skills, my creativity, my compassion, my heart, my dream, it can manifest, right? Next card, look at that, Ace of Wands. You can do anything. There is no limit. If you fire to earth, if you put your energy, if you put your talents and your practical sense together in this forward motion, there is nothing of which you are not capable. Got the world here. See, you could have the world. The world is yours. We've got death energy makes sense. 9 of Pentacles makes sense. 7 of Wands makes sense. That no matter what happens, you are relying entirely upon yourself. It doesn't mean that you don't have a support system with you, but it means that ultimately the result of your life is in your hands. Okay? I feel like this is a new beginning. Yeah. I feel like this is an exciting new beginning, and I think it's going to make you very happy because I feel like this is win or lose. This is your expression of your heart, of this energy, this magic that is within you. This card is underneath the surface, right? This is also the way that you are trying to connect with other people, right? It's the Knight of Cups. This is someone that's always got the offering. You're always offering something to the world and you're receiving what the world is offering you. There's an exchange. On the heart level, there's an exchange, right? You have a gift and you're manifesting it. You're giving it to the world. You're being very generous of spirit. And you're accepting the generosity from spirit as well, And I think it really does, it all hinges on this decision that you've made. You've made this decision to leave whatever this Five of Swords situation was. I feel like, I feel like you've been doing more volunteering or something lately. That you've been finding ways to finding ways to express your heart, I guess, to express the love that you feel. And I feel like it's through generous acts, kind acts, through volunteering, that sort of thing, charitable works, philanthropy, right? I feel like you've been very giving of your heart lately. And freeing yourself from whatever this Five of Swords is. This could be feelings of guilt. This could be it could be remorse. It could just be a self-defeating attitude. There's the ending of something with this Death card. Okay, I don't think it means literal death, but I think it means that there's a situation that has naturally reached its end. And you're choosing to go in a different way, a way that is more in harmony with your ideals, with your goals, with your person, with your heart, with who you are. It feels like an exciting new beginning. It really does. The Ace of Wands here in the future position. This is the unlimited creative potential that you've got right now. I think you're ready for big changes. You're ready to see how this Princess of Pentacles is going to grow into really limitless space, right? We have that universe, that world card here. The world is really open up to you. There's no limit to what you're able to achieve. Now, before we talk about the Queen of Pentacles, let's select the mystery card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we are going to set down over here. We're going to put Kevin, a.k.a. Mr. Bates, right there on top. We haven't seen Kevin in a little while. And that card is going to tie everything together, is going to give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, okay? If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments, all right? I'm getting a feeling of an older female energy coming in. I don't know if you've lost maybe mom, grandma, an older sibling, an aunt or something. I feel like someone has passed, an older female energy has passed in your life. I feel like you're very close with them. I feel like they had a real, they were a collector, right? I feel like they always had what people needed. It's like I just see them, Spirit showing me them just reaching into their pocket or their purse or their bag or their duffel bag or backpack or something and always pulling out what people needed in the moment. Someone says, oh, I really could use some tweezers right now. Oh, I have some. I could really use a button. Oh, I have one. You know, they were always prepared and just in really kind of silly ways. Like who would have just a bunch of buttons or, whatever. But they were the type of person that always had that practical sense. They saved everything. Not a collector like they collected stamps or something. They collected just kind of everything, little miscellaneous things that always like someone would need it at some point, And I feel like that was maybe grandma, maybe great grandma. But I feel like some of that energy is with you. I feel like their spirit is really with you right now. I feel like they're there and they're witnessing what you're doing. Okay. I feel like there was some kind of some incident that happened at a holiday party. I don't know if I guess it would be the last set of big holidays that we had. Something happened there. And you were kind of thinking, I wish grandma was here. Do you remember that? She was. Yeah, she was there. And I wonder if it was a situation where maybe you kind of pulled out that thing that somebody needed. Like in an emergency, in a bind, you had the thing, or if that made you think of grandma, we remember that energy, and it's kind of like maybe you didn't have that thing, but you imagined being able to just pull it out and have the thing that somebody needed in that moment, like a certain size washer or screw or a certain tool, or I don't know. I feel like that energy's with you, and I feel like that gives you a very kind of practical approach to life. Let's talk about the Queen of Pentacles at the top here. This is your ability to learn from your experiences, learn from your mistakes, really. Okay? You're leaving the past behind, yes. You're letting go and moving on, yes. But you're not forgetting. If you look at the Queen of Pentacles, they are looking back at that long and winding road that they took to get right here, right now. Everything that you've been through. We don't want to forget the past because then we're probably going to repeat it. Okay? So we have to learn. There is a functional wisdom in in our experience here. It's like you are distilling all of the past into little kernels of wisdom, little tricks that you can keep in your pocketbook to just pull out whenever you need them. You're in some kind of odd situation. Oh, I know what to do. I've been here before. I've got the right tool for the job, and you can reach into your spirit and you can pull out. It reminds me of that, what was that cartoon, Captain Caveman, right? Well, in his beard or something, you pull out all sorts of things out of his beard, right? I don't know. It was a silly cartoon. But I kind of feel that there's that certain practical kind of energy with you. And it really is through your appreciation of the past. We don't want to repeat it, but it's valuable in its own way. Okay? Valuable in its own way. And I don't know what kind of relationship this was, if this was, maybe this was just a general attitude of life, right? We were just approaching life as kind of like the underdog, that there were forces that were keeping us down. I feel like what you did was you really turned this card around. We started thinking in positive terms. We started thinking in terms of what can I do, what will I do, what am I going to do, not what didn't work, what failed, what I can't do, what I'm not doing, what I'm not going to do. See, we turned it around. Now we're saying, what can I do? We're realizing that we have all of this love and all of this creativity, all of this compassion in us. You really have, I think you would agree that you're very patient with people. You have this kind of quality, and maybe you even work in some sort of healthcare, or I don't feel like you work in a hospital, or I don't feel like it's an emergency room kind of thing. I feel like you work in some sort of long-term care. Maybe like elderly care or hospice or something, a long-term care facility or something like that. Because I feel like you have that kind of patience. And you really, you like to be able to help people with their day-to-day needs, even those random things, right, that people might need in any given moment at work. And you're the one that's able to come and be like, I know what to do for you. It's that kind of patience, that kind of love that you seem to have right now. And I don't know, it feels like it's extending to what you do for a living, but it could be even what you remember kind of doing maybe for grandma, right? If that's the case here, if this is that elder female energy. Maybe you were taking care of them right towards the end. It could be. But I feel like there's that energy in you, that you like to be able to help people solve problems. Yeah, and it comes from the heart. It comes from the heart. And this older female energy is witnessing this and is appreciating that energy in you and feels proud of that energy in you. Yeah, feels proud as well that you are getting away from this this kind of self-defeating attitude. Okay, so there is some sort of a relationship with, I guess we'd call it the medical field or the caregiving kind of field. Okay. The Princess of Pentacles is unlimited possibilities. This is everything that you can and will do. Now, when we see that we have the World card or Universe card over here, these are very similar. This is unmanifest, and this is manifest. This is everything that you can and will do. This is everything, this is every possibility, right? This is kind of a card that says there is no limit to what you can manifest, but this is stuff that's already kind of, the seeds of this have already been planted. But this is you realizing that there are no boundaries here, that you have an infinite number of seeds and an infinite field to plant those seeds on. This is stuff that's already in the works, okay? Projects that you've already kind of started, things that are already rolling, seeds that have already been planted, even if only karmic seeds or seeds of intention, right? Or things that maybe have been started years past, but they were forgotten or abandoned, or, you never did anything else with those things, skills that you've learned or dreams that you've had, okay? I feel like you're going to be dreaming even bigger. I feel like this world is expanding. Yeah. And with the fire energy here, especially this Ace of Wands, this is a new beginning. This is a new life of really concentrated effort and energy. It's really confident as well. right? It really is, it's intentional. This can be pointed any which way you want. It's a wand, after all, right? A magic wand. And you point it anywhere you want, and you say, I'm going that direction. I'm going to do that. I'm applying my energy to this. And I feel like you really, you're dedicating yourself to something. I feel like this is, we might not know exactly what this is just yet, because this is that new beginning. This is just that surge of power that says, I can do anything and everything, right? The princess and the universe card. I can do anything and everything. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I feel like you're doing something that really is from the heart, and that's what you know for sure. You might not know exactly where to point this wand yet, but you know that it's going to be something that really is going to be an expression of your essence. The Five of Wands, I feel like that was some sort of a deception, or some sort of gossip, or some sort of it's almost like we realized the truth of something. Yeah? Because it feels like we were kind of, I almost wonder if we were getting played or something, right? And then there's this realization, and finally we turn that around and we just says, no more. I said self, I says, I'm not doing that again, right? And there's an awareness, there's an openness of consciousness. There is there's this feeling now that we can see all around us. We've got eyes in the back of our head now. We've got this really, this really raw awareness of things. And it feels like power. It feels like we can move in any direction now. Okay? And I think we can. I think that the Two of Wands here is both the decision. You see, there's two wands here. One is saying no to the past to get it out of that situation. We just scooch that card out of the way a little bit. Sorry, Kevin. Didn't mean to bump you. So one wand is saying no to this. The other wand is saying yes to this, to moving forward with this fire to earth, the creation, right? The act of creation. And now it's just like I can manifest my heart, my essence out in the world. And this is that free-flowing spiritual energy from water to earth, right? Being the living water, right? Expressing yourself in a real way. Being yourself, just in your personality. Even, right? And in the things that you do, the things that you accomplish. So you are being yourself, doing what you are meant to do. And that's the water to earth, and then we have this fire to earth, that you're setting the intention, you're feeling drawn to something, focused on something, and you're doing it. There's no longer this doubt that says, I can't do that. There's a million reasons why I'm not going to do that. And that's the problem when we have fire and earth. That is the magical electrical circuit of creation, fire to earth. Impulse to action, will to behavior, inspiration to implementation, right? Heaven to earth, fire to earth. The mind is what gets in the way. Our human mind, our thinking apparatus that says, no, I don't know how to do that. I've never done that before. That doesn't sound like it's a good idea. That probably wouldn't work. I'm not strong enough for that. I'm not smart enough to do that. That's all that BS is out the window, right? This is a new beginning where you can, you will, and you are doing it, And this is a good start to things. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost you anything. The limits are being lifted. The restriction, there's no more restriction on you. I feel like there's a phoenix kind of energy here with you. Is the phoenix of an important symbol to you? I feel like this rising from the ashes kind of thing is kind of what we're talking about. So I wonder if you've been seeing that kind of imagery more and more lately. Having dreams that are of something like that. Yeah. If not, I feel like you should look for symbols of the phoenix. Study the phoenix, meditate upon the phoenix, and realize that self-created energy. Right? That we are recreating ourselves from something that has ended. Right? From those ashes. Yeah. And so this is a time of recreating ourselves along lines that are resonating with your essence, that are an expression of your essence. The limitations are being lifted from you. There's no restriction on where you can go, what you can do, who you can be. Okay. At first, this feeling might be one of fear, even. This might be a feeling of loneliness, right? And especially if we've let go of a relationship, if that was maybe a work situation, a family situation, or a relationship, or whatever, just a way of thinking. But now we're here with all this freedom. What the heck do we do with it? It's wide open space, right? It's a lot of free time. It's the cold, vacant space, right? Well, that's where we've got to fill it up with the Princess of Pentacles, with manifestations, right? And so in some ways, it doesn't really matter what you choose to apply yourself to. Just so long as you apply yourself to something and that it resonates with your values, what you believe, what you feel, what your essence, what your heart is telling you. Yeah? The Death card in the environment, this, I think, is really your ability to embrace the kind of changes that we're talking about. Something does have to end for this new you to grow, to emerge, to be reborn. Okay? So this is a new beginning. And for the phoenix to rise, well, the phoenix has to be burned in the ashes, right? So I feel like we are letting a lot of our old self go. There is a purification with this fire energy here. Okay? And the Death card in this position, this is the card of change. And this is realizing that in order for us to progress, to thrive, to flourish, to succeed, we have to be always evolving, always changing. Okay? Stagnation is not helpful, you know. So we have to always be growing and pushing ourselves and learning, exploring things and letting things go. The more stuff we accumulate, the more stuff we let go of, right? Talking about Grandma being the collector. Well, there's a difference between collecting things and using them and then just kind of collecting a bunch of stuff until it's just piling up. It's a flow. We're collecting things. It's like, I don't know, I kind of feel like, did somebody run like a thrift store or like a pawn shop or something? Because I feel like stuff is coming in and then stuff is going out. So I feel like there's this collection of odds and ends, random things, but then it's always something someone needs. And so there's a flow of energy. The energy keeps coming in and going out. Yeah. So I think maybe the thrift store kind of thing or the pawn shop kind of thing is going to resonate with you. It's a lot of random stuff coming in, but it's going to go somewhere. Eventually someone is going to need that thing. And there may be some things that have been sitting around for a long, long time. Knowledge, skills, talents that you've had for a long, long time. That one random fact that you learned in the 3rd grade. It's going to be useful one day. We just don't know when, you know. But that is kind of flowing with the process of change. We don't want to just hoard, right? We don't want to just collect and pile up things. There has to be a flow. We have to push things out as well as take new things in. Okay, and that's how we are able to maintain progress. Now, that's what we want. And sometimes, we've got a 9 of Pentacles here. This is in the difficult position. This is the card of gain. This is the card of flow. This is the card of, well, living our best life, right? This is a card that says we can't get attached to those things that we achieve. We cannot get attached to ourselves even, because it's a constantly changing thing. So this is probably the most difficult card that we have because of this position, because of the attachment that we have to who we are, where we are, and what we're doing, that we don't want to let go of it. That we get all these things in, all these random odds and ends, and we like them. We want to keep them. You have to keep the flow going. The temptation is going to be for you to keep everything and not not use it, not purge things out, not let things go. But this is, again, it's a 9. It's a function card. It's an odd number. It represents a process. It represents motion. And that motion is the foundation of our life, of our living. A life is not a life. It's not an object. It's living. It's an ongoing relationship process. Yeah. I feel like you've been doing a lot of smudging lately. You've been using sage, clearing your space. Yeah, clearing out that old energy to make room for that new energy. Okay, that's the 5 of Wands, or 5 of Swords, going out. And the Ace of Wands, new things coming in. We have to keep that process going. There's going to be a temptation to stop the purification process and just start accumulating things again. Okay, and that's okay. You have to remember there's going to be a time then where you got to get the sage back out again. You've got to clear the space out again, both physically and energetically. Okay, this is the most important thing to keep in mind, that it has to be an ongoing process. And we see the 7 of Wands here showing a little bit of resistance to that. There's going to be this desire to hold on to things that we should be letting go of. Do you still have a ring from someone? I feel like there's a ring somewhere. Spirit showing me a ring that's on a chain, that's in a drawer or something like that. It's put away. It's in a dark place. But you keep it. You know, I feel like there are old dry flowers. Maybe it's the last flowers that you were given by this person or whatever that situation was. And so it's just a reminder that sometimes things need to keep going. Okay? That we're trying to hold on to all these things where really what you're trying to do seems like is clear the space. You're trying to use the sage, trying to smudge, trying to get rid of all the bad energy, bring in all this new, fresh energy, this exciting new beginning. Well, let's embrace that phoenix energy. The phoenix rises from the ashes, right? Rises from the ashes. What do you do with the ashes? Well, you scatter them to the winds. You're not keeping those ashes with you, right? Sometimes those ashes go into creating who we are. We kind of recycle that material, okay? And that's a good process. But some of it is just not useful anymore. Some of it we have to let go of. Okay? And I feel like that's the process that you're involved with now. And the 7, I think, is the 7 of Wands is showing that it's not the easiest thing. It is a very exciting new beginning. There's so much potential. We are rising, we are recreating ourselves. No one said it was going to be easy. Okay. Spirit's showing me a scar on your hand. I don't know what that's from. I don't know. I don't think it's both hands. I think it's one. I think actually it's the other one. I think it's on your left hand wrist area. Yeah. Spirit's showing me these things. Okay. I feel like there's a connection with lamps as well. That I don't know if you have a special lamp that you like, or there's I feel like there's a lamp that you like meditate by. There's a certain lamp. It's the one with the chain, and I feel like it's kind of a dark red or purple kind of glow. That's where you meditate or pray or do your worship, right? Spirit showing me that. The 7 of Wands is here to remind you that you are strong enough to overcome. There may have been times where you felt like you were the underdog, that you were being defeated by life or by, again, that 5 of Swords, whatever that was going on. You're strong enough to overcome. There's confidence in this card. All 7s are about confidence. The confidence to overcome the obstacle. Yeah. So that big obstacle for you right now might have something to do, it might be that one last thing that we've got to purge away, to clear out of our space before we can recreate ourselves, before we can be reborn as that phoenix. Yeah, rising from the ashes. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. Let's see what Kevin's got for us. I bet Kevin's got something good. I'd like to see some water energy. But I think really what we should see is, I was going to say the Hierophant, but I'm not feeling that it's the Hierophant. I'm still feeling the water. I think this is going to be water energy. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. No, it's a King of Wands. It's air and fire. Well, this is the Phoenix rising, right? Rising out of the air into the fire, right? The Phoenix, air and fire. The air over here, fire over here. We're rising. From this, we're recreating ourselves. From this, we are being reborn. This is something, these are the ashes of the incense, right? And we are formulating ourselves out of what is left over from this, what we can recycle, and then the rest we brush away. King of Wands is that Phoenix from the air and the water. I keep saying water. The water is a very important thing for you, and I think it's because of this Knight of Cups down here. It is this idea of love, right? We have all this talk of fire and this kind of smoke and the ashes and this, rebirth and stuff, but it really is all about the water energy for you. It really is all about that essence that's within you and creating that. It's not just about dominating the world and having this power and ambition, but it has to be from the heart, and that's why I keep wanting to say water, water, water. Because it is that love, and we have to remember that this whole thing is built upon that Knight of Cups. This is fire of water. You are a phoenix, but you're a phoenix that is being expressed through this love energy, through this compassion. Again, this is through like random acts of kindness, through generosity of spirit, the exchange on that heart level with life, with other people, right? This is not something that is making you an angry, hard person. No, you're still loving, you're still compassionate, you're still caring. And that has to be the foundation of your resurrection, is that love, right? And that's why the water is down here at the bottom. And really, this is the only water that we have, and this keeps being emphasized to me. This is very important. But this is the confirmation of the Phoenix, the kind of the resurrection here. But we have to remember that it must be based on this water, okay? We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up here. There's one down below. New readings for Taurus every Monday and Friday. But I am here every day, 7 a.m. Chicago time. You can come back and see me tomorrow. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I really love seeing how widespread the audience is. We have viewers from all over the world, and I really love to see that. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.